Hey, it's Terry Carr, and thanks for checking out my web series. I bring in the artists, we chat, new artists, classics, and everyone in between. In this episode, I catch up with one of music's most dynamic artists, Dorothy. I first saw Dorothy live in 2016. She blew me away. I've been a super fan ever since. Her vocals and ability to deliver a song that hits you are remarkable, and her fourth record, The Way, comes out March 14th. I call her fearless, fiery, and proud to call her friend. Let's go. So I'm with my girl. I am with my girl. Look, I'm wearing the colors. OMG.
That
So
shirt looks
Dorothy
good
is
on
here.
you.
The Way is out on the 14th of March. It's just around the corner. I said to you, I would not do this interview if I didn't get to hear the record. The record is a tour de force. What are you doing? Where do you get this from? Where are you pulling from? It's record number 4. It's better than anything you've ever done. How? Tell me
Well,
how.
where are we pulling it from? That's a good question. Heaven. And I have these guardian angels on earth like Scott Stevens and Kylie Sackley and Blair Daly and Zach Malloy and Marty
I love all
Frederickson.
those people. I
All these
love Scott. I
people.
love Blair. Such a talented crew of people you have surrounded yourself with.
I don't know how I got so lucky, and every day I'm like, wow, I couldn't do it without them. Like, honestly, they've all made me a better musician, writer, vocalist, especially Stevens. He really is such a insane producer and knows what it's like to be an artist. So he makes me feel safe, and I that's where the good stuff comes. You get to be vulnerable in the studio, and that's where the magic comes from.
And he loves you. I remember early Zooms with him telling me how much he wanted to work with you. And he
Yeah,
was
he's
like,
my
yeah, I
big
hit up
brother.
Dorothy, and it took a while in the beginning to get going with her, but he is always saw who you are as an artist. And I think that's so important.
We work really well together, like he's quirky, man. He comes up with out wild card out of left field ideas, which is great because that's where the good stuff is. He showed me the track for Mud later into making the album, and I'm like, where has this been all my life? Why have you been holding out on me? He's like, I wasn't sure if you were gonna like it, and I freaking loved it. And then I ended up screaming on it, which is random. I've never done that before, so
I call that the active rock scream, in the
yes.
vein of like a Maria Brink or something where you just, and that's literally where I was like, oh my God, listen to Dorothy doing this. First of all, I've got to let everybody know you've got a date coming to the legendary Stone Pony in Asbury Park on the 18th of April. You're teaming up with another artist that I just love. That's Corey Marks. Corey is such a great artist, totally legit, and a really super cool person. So you're going to love being out on the road with Corey and crew.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them live. And it's cool to see a Canadian doing country rock.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yes, yes. And his mind is so open to everything. And he's such a great dude. So I want to talk about some tunes on the record because I love the sequencing of this record. It opens up with I Come Alive, then we go into Devil You Know and Mud and Tombstone Town. The sequencing for me as a listener moving through this kind of Dorothy journey of the fourth record was very important. Was that something that you were cognizant of, or was that
Yeah.
just kind of the way the record fell?
Yeah, Stevens and I went back and forth. We knew right away that I Come Alive should open the record. I'm like, not only does this sound like it should open the record with the big gospel feeling vocal with the church choir type, the strings, and it just transports you to this like almost heavenly place is what I was feeling when I was singing it, and I said that sounds like the record opener and maybe the show opener too. So you have to have a flow, it's got a flow, and so we start off with heavy, heavy, and then we get the songs that are a little more unique and have a little bit of, well, Mud has a trap beat in it. What is so random, but it works. So, yeah, the flow and the order of the songs is like you're telling a journey. So it's
Yeah,
important.
absolutely. A journey record and definitely a flavor and texture record here. There's so many different flavors. You've got a little bit of that sexy foot stomping thing with Tombstone Town. I Come Alive has the gospel. I love Bones. Bones is one of my favorite. What a
Too.
Bones
One of
basic.
the Same
rip you
page.
to the core kind of song. So talk to me a little bit about Bones and what
Doesn't
Bones
Bones
meant to
feel
the
like
record.
doesn't Bones feel like rest in peace? A
Oh
little
my God, so much so,
it's
definitely.
it's a Southern Gothic baptism Pinterest board.
And
It's
it's
like,
right into your soul. I feel like I'm in your ribs when I hear that
oh,
song.
I love that.
Right?
I think that should be the focus track. I think that should be the next single. That's I love it. I love that chorus so much. It's dark, it's beautiful, but it's about being reborn and not giving up and becoming a new person, becoming born again. So I love it. I
Talk to
think
me about being reborn, though. I feel like there's a rebirth for you in almost every record. And I can't really say that about every artist that I hear a new record from because a lot of stuff is kind of the same old, same old. And I don't, I get that. I understand like artists hearing, this is what our fans want to hear. You are reborn kind of to me a little bit in every record. Why is that so important to you?
Oh, well, I want to take risks and grow and try new things and keep it exciting, but I think also I really do feel reborn, I feel like I'm a different person than I was, and my life has much more meaning. My faith comes first, and so recovery and living a different way is super important, and I want to share that message with our fans and share it through music. So it's given me purpose, and it's given the music, I think, a deeper meaning.
Yeah.
So I really have been reborn.
And I think that that adds to your authenticity as an artist. So talk to me about, let's talk about Tombstone Town. You and
The real
Slash,
story.
uh,
And
you
Slash.
you and Slash, there's a camaraderie there. And I've had him on this feature and he brings you up. Like I'm a Dorothy super fan. You know that from 2016 when I first saw you in concert and I'm like, why isn't that girl on my radio station? She's freaking incredible. Um, but he brought you up to me and he said to me with the blues record and playing with you in California, he said, like, she's so authentic as an artist.
Oh,
So, how did you get him on the record? I love the video. You guys were together shooting the video. Yeah, the video's freaking awesome.
oh, it was
You're
so
just such a badass in the video, and he's just there as the Undertaker, like doing what he does. So, talk to me about teaming up with him and why you feel so comfortable with him, because there's definitely a feeling of like you guys in the pocket together.
man, he's just like another big bro, like he's totally got my back. He's a
He
cheerleader.
does. He
You know,
does.
and he's he had struggles as well with the whole, the addictions in the past, and we kind of have had conversations around that, and he's like, don't sabotage it, this is your time, he's like cheering me on, and it's amazing. Like sometimes I want to pinch myself, it's very humbling. He puts everyone at ease, he's super down to earth, and he's Slash. So it's awesome. I think he looked killer in the video. I was like, hey
He's
dude.
so beautiful. Like everything about him is just like, wow. And when you're around him, anytime I talk to him or interview him, he just has this thing about him that just makes you feel so incredibly comfortable. And I remember when we talked about the blues record, he brought you up to me and he said, wow, when we had her in the studio, she blew me away.
I was so
And
nervous.
that
I'm
was crazy.
I mean, I'd listened to the Freddie King version of Key to the Highway, and I'm like, how am I going to wrap my voice around this song? But the blues have something about it has always felt natural to me. I mean, I grew up listening to jazz and blues and listening to artists like Billie Holiday. And so I mean, I listened to a lot of different things, especially female vocalists from all genres and all walks of life, because I wanted to learn how to sing. And it actually started with country, but then blues and oldies, a lot of oldies, and then the big, powerful vocalists like Celine and Whitney. And
Hmm.
but to sit there and wrap my voice around Key to the Highway, I had to forget everything I knew and just sing from my soul. Like that's, and it was nerve-wracking. I don't think I slept the night before. Not too comfortable in hotel rooms. Had a camera on me. I have Mike Clink and Slash back there.
Oh my God.
He would give me encouraging words, and so I had to just kind of forget everything and just sing it, like just whatever comes out. And after a few, rounds, you start to really get into it. So it was just a killer experience.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you blew him away, and he's back on your record now, which is
Wow.
pretty amazing, amazing and mind-blowing. I want to talk about the song that ends the record too, and the
Okay.
way. Oh
Okay.
God. It's so beautiful and it's so you stripped down. And why did you tell me about this song? Why did you decide to make this the title track of the record and end the record with this journey?
Well, okay, I named the album first and I was praying. I said, God, just give me the name of this record. Because I was racking my brain. I couldn't think what I wanted to name this record, what it was even going to be about. And I just picked up piece by piece and it just started to kind of come together. And I was reading the Bible. And when I read The Way, I was like, when something jumps out at you, it just kind of was like, that sounds like a song, The Way. And that's my record title. I just knew that was the name of my album. So I highlighted it and I sent a message to Blair and the guys in Nashville. And I said, The Way is my album title. That's the album title. So when I finally went out there to write with them, Blair had written this beautiful, of course, he made me cry like a baby. So embarrassing every time. Uh, and he had written this song and the lyrics. And I'm like, oh, that's what every fan I think
So
wants to.
that's a Blair song,
It
right?
is. He
Yeah.
written
He's
this
so
beautiful
good. I love him.
lost it. I started crying. I'm like, God, thank you for this gift. You just gave us the most beautiful song that I think will really touch people in their hearts. I hope I can sing it well. I hope I nail it. Like
Come
it was
on, you're
it's like
Dorothy. That voice. There's nobody that has a voice like that.
I'm
Sorry,
an
but there's just
overthinker
not.
though. But I'm an overthinker though. So like that's why I would reach for drugs and alcohol because I'm an overthinker. I
Of
don't want to
course. Yeah,
feel
I get
I
it.
want to numb my feelings and not feel insecure and just do my thing, and not hurt and all those things. And so, but I had to just like rip it open and be raw and vulnerable. And that can be so hard. And these guys are so supportive and they make it possible. So
Uh, I'm in awe of you and I'm in awe of this record. Number 4 is just like when you put out gifts, I was well, first when you put out 28 days, I was like, I love this. She's doing something
oh,
different. And then
that was such an acid trip. That was so experimental. I mean, Linda Perry was like, "All right, we're gonna do like 60s desert rock." I was like,
but that
"What?"
but that was
Okay.
amazing at the time. Like that was great for you. And then you come out with gifts from the Holy Ghost,
Which I
which
felt
to
like kind
me
of was getting back on track a little bit.
absolutely. It was more rockin' and more organic and definitely more gritty and more who you are. But
Yeah.
I love every record is different. You
Yeah.
never make the same record, and I think that that is the absolute sign and mark of a great artist. You don't want to do the same thing over and over,
It
and
gets
you kind of get into
boring.
this niche of where you are at the time of who you are, and that's what we love about you. It's the authenticity that is you.
Hey, you can't be afraid to try things. I mean, look at Taylor Swift, country pop star. Like she went full to another dimension. So,
No question. I was working at a alternative rock station and she used to come in as the country artist all the time and loved her. I thought when they said Taylor Swift is coming, I thought it was a guy at first.
oh,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, who's Taylor? Like I didn't know because she was a kid and
oh,
came in, amazing country artist, super sweet, would come in all the time with her dad, and
oh,
just treated
that's
everybody so well, always did things for the country station that was in our group at the time. And yeah, to see her grow is amazing. To see you grow in this rock genre is absolutely incredible. And the authenticity that you have thrown out to our WDHA listeners. Look, we had you at our parking lot party. More
it
people
rained.
wanted in for the Dorothy parking lot party. And I love the fact that we had like kind of a misty day that day.
It was kind
And
of rainy.
it lent itself so much to like the vibe of the whole day. We like put up tents and we're like, anybody want to hang out under the tent? Our listeners are like, tents? We don't need tents. We just want to see Dorothy. We just want to be there for the music. That's what everybody wanted. They just wanted to be around you. You've got that aura, that vibe, and that authenticity. And we don't get that in all of our artists today.
Oh, that is so sweet, Terry. You're gonna make me cry.
No, I'm not, you know me. I'm a straight shooter. No BS. And they love you here in Jersey. Like Jersey's like your second home. You feel that. You know that already.
Oh yeah, I feel the love in Jersey, and
Yeah.
they're not afraid of the rain.
No, God, no. We're putting up the tents, so like rain. What
They're
rain?
like,
We don't
put
see any
those
rain.
shits away.
They don't give a crap. Yeah, they don't give a crap about the rain. And you have always, from the day that you set foot in our studio in 2016, and you did like a little something. We had some contest winners in. Everybody has just been like so down with you. Like we love you here. We feel like you're from
And you
here.
know what? We're gonna have to come back to the Wellmont because I will say, tell you this every time we
I
talk.
know.
It's one of the
I
best
was
shows. It
there.
was one of the best shows of my life. The energy was insane. It was so beautiful.
There
So,
was a beautiful vibe in the room that night, and everybody was just like,
Franklin
it was
had
like energy up.
and Aretha Franklin had just passed, right? It was,
Right, right. We talked about that. Yes.
I swear, it's like I felt her spirit. It was so weird.
You channel those ladies that take it to church. I don't
That's
think and it's hard to be a rock singer taking it to church these days. Not everybody does that. And you are the one person who always, always does that.
this is who I
Y-
am. So
You are a taker to church lady. Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So the way is out on March 14th. The Stone Pony Show is on the 18th of April. Corey Marks is the opener. And I am always happy to connect with you. I love you so much.
I love you so much. Thank you, Terry. I'm glad you like the record.